This is so tough. Okay.
Why did you want to start Lonely Cowboy?
Oh, shit. For a bunch of different reasons. It's kind of like a culmination of everything I've worked on for the past 3 years. And this is funny you say this. The only reason this brand happened is because of the blog I started my freshman year of college, which then introduced me to Nolan, and then he introduced me to you in Thailand. And that, it's just crazy that blog started all of this. What was your question? Yeah, it's kind of just a culmination of a bunch of different ideas that I had that I wanted to put together in a way that would be beneficial to everyone as a whole, but more importantly, me and my friends that have a bunch of different skills put together to create something kind of unique.
Awesome. Where do you see the company going, in the next 5 years?
5 years, oof. 5 years, it's so hard to tell because I have so many ideas, but it's just a matter of time and money and when I can execute on this idea and that idea, I would say in 5 years, I would like to, a big goal would be to have all of my friends and I be full-time on the brand. Maybe not full-time work, but full-time pay. You'll be a part of it no matter what. But just to have that as a backbone for a lot of people would be sick.
What is your inspiration for the brand?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say it's very mental health focused. And ironically, I didn't even realize this, but everyone that's worked on the brand so far, we all have very similar interests. We all are big on mental health. We all love tattoos. We all love media, whether it be photography, videography. We're just all very similar, and I didn't realize that until I started writing my list about who's all working on it. And it was kind of cool to see that I'm inspired by the same things my friends are inspired by. So I think that's why it works. And I want to showcase that to the world because I think we're all we all have such a unique skill set. Nolan just told me this the other day. You can go faster alone, but you go further together. So that's the goal.
That's so true.
Right? So I originally made this company with the intent to make kind of a badass streetwear brand.
Yeah.
That has an actual impact on culture because I realized that all the streetwear brands that I don't really see a message behind any of them.
Yeah, it's more an aesthetic.
Yeah, there's no, some of them there are,
yeah,
but not in the way that I wanted them to be, which is no fault of theirs. It's just, it wasn't really what I was looking for. So that's essentially what I'm creating. So the sweatshirts are the designs of Lonely Cowboy. They're tattoo inspired because all of us who work on this company love tattoos. And I think they're the most badass type of designs. So we're essentially going to do a drop model, which means every month or every 2 months, it doesn't really matter the time, but whenever we have a drop, we're only going to drop it once. So every time we drop something, it would be different. We may use designs further down the line. Maybe in 4 months, we'll drop this first hoodie again. But once it sells out, it'll be gone for a while. And then eventually I would hope to get into more not designer, but just as we get more money, higher quality, different styles. I know I have some ideas in mind that are gonna cost a lot of money, but I think they'd be sick.
How is your brand, your streetwear, different from all the other ones that are out there?
Good. I needed that question. Lonely Cowboy is going to be doing a bunch of different work for mental health education, for scholarships for kids, Specifically, the one we have going for East Aurora High School in 2022 is a scholarship for any kid that chooses to not go to a traditional college or university after graduation. It'll be $500. It'll be available this year and then hopefully next year. By that time, we will have started the Lonely Cowboy Foundation, and that'll be a fund essentially on our website where we'll have an application for scholarships. Let's say we have $6,000 in our fund. We can award 12 kids scholarships, 500 each. Just theoretical numbers. That's going to be a big part of the brand, is helping mental health education and kind of getting young entrepreneurs on their feet to start. How do I say the future looks bright without being so cliche?
You're excited for
I know, it's so hard. I would just say this is, it's so much more than streetwear. There's so much that goes into this. And like I said, being able to try and manifest that into like what my vision is. And I know it's kind of hard for everyone to see the vision right now, but it's going to be something really special for the community, for everyone involved, and especially for mental health advocates like myself. I don't want this to be like a quote unquote soft type of brand, because there's a lot of mental health brands or mental health advocates backed by a brand that there's nothing wrong with it. They're just kind of soft, and I don't want to be soft. I want to be like, you have mental health problems, all right, let's figure this shit out. You know, I don't want to be like, it's okay. You know? We're going to do our thing. Not going to apologize for anything because everyone makes mistakes. There's no reason to bash anyone for trying things, you know. It's better than not trying. So, welcome to Lonely Cowboy. Perfect.